Now let's move on to our next session. And it is my distinct pleasure to welcome Dr. Amit Ranjan Verma, an accomplished IIT Delhi alumnus and R&D head at Sustrack. Dr. Verma is a distinguished expert in the field of energy sustainability and environmental innovation. Previously, Dr. Verma served as a senior scientist at IIT Delhi, where he superheaded groundbreaking projects focused on clean energy and environmental sustainability. His pioneering work has brought him into collaboration with leading global organizations, including the UN Foundation, World Bank, and GIZ Germany, where he has played a key role in shaping sustainable energy solutions. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Amit Ranjan Verma to start his session. Please start your session.
Yeah. Thanks, Shreya, for this nice introduction. So I have a slide. I will present it. Let me share my screen. My slide is visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Good evening, everyone. So today I'm now going to present about a deep dive into ESG landscape and its future trajectory. So to begin with, what is ESG? It's already talked by Professor Vivek and other colleagues, so I am not going into its detail. Now moving why ESG matter for different stakeholder. For investor, as Puneet sir also focuses that nowadays investors, they are very much found and they want the company should follow ESGs. Why? Because ESG, a company which follow ESG, they have low risk and they can bring long-term profitability. And regulatory and other institutions, they also want ESG disclosures. And for businesses, it's help to identify risk and give them opportunities. And they can, through these opportunities, they can create a new ventures. And they can build a brand reputations, they can attract or the customers or consumers. And for society, it encourages business to act responsibly and contribute to a sustainable future. So when a company decide to take ESG, so what things matter for them? So first, within environment section, so and again in climate change, so a company which want to mitigate climate change risk, so they will first start measuring their emissions, GHG emission, and align their net zero goals as per Paris Agreement. Then they work on resource conservation. They efficiently use water, minerals, energy, and other resources, and they follow on circular economy pathway. For example, Patagonia, a cloth company, uses recycled material and repaired old garment to reduce their waste. And in social dimension, a company which focuses, which want to disclose their ESG, so they have to focus more on ensuring fair wages, health benefits, safe working conditions, and they should support communities, local communities, and they work on the supply chain ethics. Means there should be no child labor involved throughout their supply chain. And for example, if we see the Starbucks, it's offering healthcare benefits to all its employees, including part-time workers. Now moving to governance part, ethical. If we see a company, so how they can increase their or measure their ethics in their governance. So board members, they must oversee the compliances and ethical practices, whether it's being followed in offices or not. To bring transparency, they should share each and every policy in public domain. And to bring diversity, they should include each and every member of community within their board. So for example, Unilever its governance structure aligns executive compensation with their sustainability goals. So, what is the current trend in the ESG? As uh, Professor Vivek and other they have already highlighted, it is basically started in India. Basically, it is started as a regulatory framework. So, BRSR was introduced by SEBI in 2020, and it mandate top 1,000 companies to disclose their BRSR reports. And in EU, there is CSRD that mandates companies to disclose their ESG's disclosure. And for investor, it is Puneet sir highlighted that it is very important for investor, and they are now focusing more on ESG. And BlackRock, the world largest asset management, they prioritize ESG in their investment strategies. And now coming to the corporate integration, ESG is moving from a compliance focus to a central part of business, and now ESG become the core part of the business. And like some companies, Tesla, Microsoft, Nestle, they have embedded it into it. Now moving to the another part, what are the challenges company face when they disclose ESGs? So first challenges come in the term of data. So and now in data, if you see, there are lots of frameworks, and each framework require different set of data, and their benchmarking is different. So one framework cannot be used in assessment of another framework. So this there is like lack of inconsistency. Second one is a lack of reliable data. So mostly data it is incomplete or collected by manual process. So there's come some type of reliable issues come from this data. And nowadays like greenwashing, Dinesh sir already highlighted that there is lot of issues of greenwashing is coming. Companies they are claiming that they are like using 100% natural chemicals, but in really they are not doing. And now coming to the action, what action should company take to remove these challenges or to overcome these challenges? And now as in COP29, ISO has released ISO 48 framework for implementing ESG principles. So it should be like gold standard for companies to follow, to report their or to disclose their ESGs. And now companies they should use third party audited audit to verify their ESG claims, so that greenwashing claim and other thing can be means their claim can be backed by data. And now implement advanced data collection tools like internet IoT based, AI based, to improve accuracy and transparency. Now second come sector specific variabilities. We know that a software company work differently with power producing companies. So and there are lots of variabilities if we compare the energy or GHG emission metrics of a thermal power plant versus a software company. So we should, and sometimes some of company they falls in the regulation, government regulation, and others are like they can only adopt this regulation. It is not mandatory for them. So what action they should take to address this gap? So companies they can use tailor ESG strategy specific to their sector. If suppose the company it is in power sector, so all the companies those who are working in power sector, they can come up with their benchmarking, and based on their benchmarking we can judge their performance. Now moving the third one is accountability issues. So accountability is like companies lack standardized mechanism to measure and communicate their ESG impact effectively. ESG, most of the company they are report in their annual report or ESG sustainability report, they come up with that they are taking this much initiatives on the name of ESG. But when we see how the other third party or other, they can measure the impact of their initiatives or their ESGs, so it is like it is not standardized. There is no standard to measure the ESG impact on ground. So what action can be taken? So ESG, it can be integrated with the financial reporting and to bring little bit transparency, and we can develop the internal ESG scorecard and tied to the business objective and track its progress. And fourth one is a need for integration. So ESG is often treated as a compliance task only, means people they sorry companies they think that this is only regulatory part, and it don't have anything to do with like branding and other thing. But nowadays this uh, people, most, just as I mentioned earlier, Nestle and other Google, they are more focusing on these things. And what action should be take to address this gap? They can embedded ESG into core business strategies by aligning it with their innovation, R&D, and profitable goals, and make ESG a leadership priorities by linking it to performance bonuses and evaluation. So now next come to the role of emerging technology in the transforming, as Dr. Supreet has also highlighted this. So like data collection is a big challenge in ESG domain, and such track we have launched a dedicated web such track which can help you in this one. And there are lots of like IoT based sensors which can monitor your emission, energy, and water consumption data. And technology blockchain ensures transparency in tackling ethical sourcing and supply chain. And insight generation, nowadays there are lots of AI based and machine learning based apps. They can create a very good insights that forecast your risk and recommend the solutions. And advanced analytics help companies optimize resource using and mitigate risk. And enhanced reporting, nowadays some cloud based platform like Sustrack we have introduced right now, they can be used for collection of data and align with your reporting framework. And it is like visualization tools make ESG report more accessible and transparent. And now coming to the monitoring impact. So nowadays like digital MRV systems being implemented for most of project, like especially in carbon market for verifications. And they use remote sensing technologies, drone to assess the deforestation, biodiversity, and other environment impact. So what now coming to the future driver of ESG growth and evolution. So future driver, if you talk, the climate change is the most urgent thing. And we know that after COP everyone is talking about it, and it's is the main driver. And in future it, and also it will be the main driver to push the ESG growth. Regulation, regulation as BRSR is right now, it is mandatory for top 1000 companies, and after that it will be mandated I think for most of the companies. So regulation is the second one. Investor pressure, as Puneet sir has already mentioned it, that now each and every financial institution and like BlackRock and other, they prioritize ESG compliance in their investment. And consumer awareness, now a consumer, they are more aware about their product. They, if suppose one product, it is we show the total journey to a customer, that it is like from harvesting or to like last mile, it is coming from sustainable source and following some ethical practices. So they consumer, they like it most. and technology, with the advancement of technology, with the coming of AI and IoT based, so of course it is going to more reliable. So now coming what the role of CEOs and board in driving the ESG. ESG is basically work on the top down approach. First of all the CEOs or board members, they should embrace ESG, and they make strategies how they are going to implement that ESG's initiative in their organization. So leadership commitment is very important for implementation of ESGs in any organization. Second one is a governance model. Means board, they must use ESG principle while recruiting or evaluating executives. Stakeholder engagement is also very important. It should be means each and to bring transparency, each and every communication with stakeholder, it will be fair and transparent. And for long term vision, it is very important that companies should follow ethical practices to become sustainable. So with this one, I have now reached the conclusion and call to action. So as whole thing is now coming, that ESG is a cornerstone of sustainable and ethical business. Organizations must embrace technology, transparency, and leadership, and act today to drive ESG forward initiatives and secure a sustainable business. With this one, I am stopping here. If there are some questions, so I would be happy to address this.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your valuable knowledge with us today and for your continued dedication to addressing the global climate challenges we face. We look forward to implementing the insights you have provided as we all strive towards a more sustainable future. As far as the questions are concerned, so we have received some questions, but due to short of time, I think we won't be able to handle all the questions. So to all the audience, we will definitely pass on your questions to the individual experts and get their views on it, and we will make sure to get back to you with all the answers that you have asked for. Thank you so much for joining us. And now, as we come to the close of this webinar, it is my honor to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of the entire SUSTRAC team. First and foremost, I would like to express our deepest gratitude to all of our esteemed speakers for their invaluable contributions today. Professor Vivek, Mr. Dinesh Agarwal, Mr. Puneet Tyagi, Dr. Supreet Kaur, and Dr. Amit Ranjan Verma. Your expertise and insights have truly set the stage for a meaningful conversation about the present and future of ESG. You have not only broadened our understanding of ESG strategies, but also inspired us to think critically about how we can collectively drive sustainable change in our respective fields. We would like to thank our audience for their patience, for their participation, and for their questions. We will make sure to attend your questions and give you your answers. A special thanks to the entire SUSTRAC team who worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make this event a big success. From the coordination to the technical support, your efforts have been invaluable. We are grateful for your presence and we look forward to continued collaboration on our shared path towards sustainability. Thank you once again to everyone, our speakers, participants, and team members. We wish you all the best as you move forward in your sustainability journeys. Stay committed, stay inspired, and let's continue to work together for a more sustainable world. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone.